Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Anna and I'm a little bit spooky. And today we're doing some more dark academia vibes with the makeup. Now, does that really translate that much to makeup? I don't know. That's truly kind of my personal aesthetic, is a quiet luxury dark academia, what I call soft gothic glam, if you will. And I wanted to lean into that again today and create a look. So yeah, we're using the Moonlight Magic palette from Profusion today, and I really wanted to show some more of the versatility of this palette because A, the quality is phenomenal, the price point is also pretty phenomenal. It's around $15 and you can always catch a sale. This is now available online and a little bit more accessible. I found mine at my local Walgreens, but it has such a fun color story, but there's also some really good neutrals within this palette. And I wanted to show you how you could maybe make this palette work for you for year-round and not just for Halloween time, and not be a gimmicky palette you only pull out a couple of times a year, but it could be your go-to palette, especially if you're on a budget. This is wonderful because you're getting so much versatility in here and so much you can do. So yeah, I just want to show a soft side of this palette and a way that you can make this work for you for the day-to-day. And yeah, just create a nice, pretty look. And yeah, let me know what colors in this palette call to you that you would like to see a makeup tutorial with. I have done something with this one and some of the cool tones already. I'll link that over here in kind of my first impressions. And today we stayed in this kind of warmer side of things, warm neutral kind of side of the palette, and yeah, just showed some of the versatility. So anyway, let me know if there's some colors in here that really speak to you that you want to see used in maybe a more fun, dramatic kind of way, leading into the Halloween vibes, because this is a Halloween palette. But I do think it is really fun if you're into the more spooky aesthetic. This could be a wonderful go-to palette for you at a great price point. All right, and without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the makeup look. On the eyes, we'll be using the Moonlight Magic palette from Profusion and doing something soft and pretty with it because there is a lot of versatility within this palette. And in case some of you guys picked it up, because it is now out and about available online and everywhere, I thought I would show you some more options with it because it's a fun palette and it's great quality and you get so much versatility in here. But there are some beautiful, little more neutral kind of everyday colors within, mixed in with all these fun colors. So that's what we're going to do today. Have you guys seen the show Discovery of Witches? I'm basically just mentally LARPing in that world of hanging out at Cambridge all day. Isn't that Cambridge, the college that they're at? Or is it Oxford? I can't remember. Just hanging out in a beautiful library all day, but looking super glam while I do it, okay? While I do my theology studies. Yeah, I decided to do a little ponytail today and a bow. A little black velvet bow. It felt cute. It felt right with a little sweater. So I feel like we've got some dark academia vibes going already, and some nice little earrings. Accessories is kind of where the dark academia really comes in, not so much in the makeup, but whatever. This is just a pretty makeup look that anybody could wear. So far, what I have done is go ahead and put on my foundation. I use the Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation and a little bit of Flawless Filter. So yeah, it's time to get started on the eyes. I have also already primed my eyes with eyeshadow primer. What did I use today? I used a NYX one today. So anyways, I'm also going to use the little brushes that are from the Mystic Blend collection that also came out this year with the Profusion stuff for Halloween. So I'm going to start with a fluffy brush, the biggest fluffy brush in the little kit. And we're going to start with the shade called Reflection, which is this kind of almost white. It's an off-white kind of shade. Yeah, it really is white. I don't know. And we're just gonna put a little bit of that right here on the brow bone. So to kind of brighten that up. Now, I'm going to take the color, I'm going to take the shade called Sorrow up here at this top corner, and we're going to run that through the transition. And I'm going to keep a kind of lifted, pulled out shape with everything today. That is a nice little transition color. So there's some great neutrals within this palette. You have some cool tone neutrals, you got some warm neutrals, you got some neutral neutrals. It's a really good palette. A lot of versatility here, and the quality is wonderful. Like, shockingly good quality. Okay. So I'm just gonna blend that up and out. And yeah, this palette's like $15, I think. There's always sales. There's always sales at Walgreens. I think it's on the Profusion website now. All right, and I think now I'm gonna take some of the shade called Cryptic. Just below that one. It's in this nice, a little bit deeper mid-tone brown. And we'll stick with, actually we'll go to a smaller brush from that collection. And I'm gonna bring that a little bit tighter in. Into the socket. It's a good color. Very good. But that would be nice to kind of show you that you can use this palette for your day-to-day. If you were on a tight budget and you saw this palette and thought it was super cute, and kind of want this to be a bit more of a go-to palette, not just something for funsies, you could totally do that. And not just be something for Halloween season, but for year-round, be something you could reach for. Say, maybe a bit more of a spooky gal. You like a gothy palette and think it's cute. You love Halloween stuff for year-round, but maybe you want to do a little bit softer looks throughout the week if you work in office or whatever, what have you. Maybe you like to be a little more mindful and demure with your makeup. Don't wear the green cut crease to work. I wanted to show you some options. That's what I'm saying. Inspiration and options. And I just think this is such a wonderful little palette though. The quality is 10 out of 10. Look how easy that's blending. I'm barely doing anything. And if you don't have this palette, this is just gonna be some nice inspiration for you that you could probably recreate with just about any palette with some nice neutral browns. I'm gonna go back to my previous shade real quick and just make sure everything is blending nicely. Get a drink of some coffee real quick here. I did definitely get a fall coffee blend. I think it's just the fall blend from Starbucks. It says it has notes of chestnut and spice. It just tastes like coffee to me. I mean, it's good. I just don't really taste anything. Which also kind of fine because I don't like fake flavor in coffee. I want just a little more spice, that's all. But yeah, I don't like overly fakey flavored coffees. Let's go down to the shade called Perish. Right down here. It's a deeper brown. Right there. And look at all these dark murky colors you got. But yeah, this one right here. Taking it on that little brush still. And I'm gonna just put a little bit right here. And just a little soft blenderoo. Nice. Nice little bit of depth. Just right. Again, blending so easily. And I'm just gonna come onto the lid here. A little bit more. Our deepest shade review so far. For the lid, I'm going to take the shade that is called Transcendent. Right here. Beautiful shimmer that's like got a bit of copper in it, a little bit of gold. Just a really nice, beautiful shade. Really nice formulation too. It's got a bit of that creamy feel to it. So I'm just going to take that with my finger. If you can see what that looks like there. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, it feels like almost like a cream. It feels like a Huda shadow. Pretty. How pretty. I'm just going to diffuse it. Just make sure it's all over the mobile lid on the innermost part and just letting it diffuse out. What I'm doing is taking my finger and just feeling where my eyeball is underneath and just patting it right over top of that, the roundness. And then when my eyes relax, you can still see a little bit travel up. Right, I'm just going to take a little tiny bit on my blending brush and just softening those edges. How pretty is that color? It's like kind of a little bit of rose gold in there. Very nice, very nice. All right, going back to that deepest shade that we used, Perish. I'm just gonna deepen up right out here, just a little bit. We could even take some of the shade called Omen, just even deeper right here. Maybe put just a touch of that on the outer corner. Just really darken up right here. Now, I'm going to take a little liner brush and I want to take some of the matte black in here, just matte black eyeshadow. Actually, before I do that, maybe I'm going to take a little bit of liner, just as a base. Take a little bit of the 24/7 liner from Urban Decay. Any black liner that you prefer will do the job. I'm just going to put a little bit right here. I'm going to take some of the black eyeshadow liner brush. I'm just going to tap over that just to soften it up. Alright, just had to tell you a little bit of fallout. I know I'm going to get fallout using a black eyeshadow. I know well and good I am, but I still do it. So I'm going to take that darkest brown, very darkest one that we used out here, and I'm just going to use that to diffuse. I'm going to touch up my foundation real quick, and we'll be back in just a second. A little bit of Fenty Amber. We're going to do a little sculpting. We'll build this big old 5 head here. Got a big forehead because I be knowing. I just knowing stuff. Alrighty, a little more color. A little bit of improvement, right? Less ghostly. Do a little bit of concealer. Doing some NYX, bear with me. And do a little combo with some e.l.f. Flawless brightening pen, just for a little extra brightness. Let's set this down real quick with a bit of powder. I'm going to use CoverGirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder. Now, let's go back to the lower lash line. I'm going to take my liner, black liner, and join it up to that wing. Now back to that little liner ankle brush. This is just a little travel one from Sephora. There are, of course, many of these on the market. Any of them will do. And I'm just going to smudge that a little bit. Take a little brush here and we go back to our palette. And we take the deepest brown that we used on the tip of this little brush and tuck it right there against that black liner and just get a little wiggle. Do a little bit of the mid-tone brown. Right on across there. Going back to that small blending brush. And be the lightest shade. Just run that right there. Soften everything up. Okay, I think I am going to actually put a little bit more of that shimmer. A little bit on a bit of a bolder placement. A little more. I don't know. Just want to kind of sweep a little bit more here. A little bit higher. Give it a little something special. Alright, so I'm going to touch my brows up, put on some mascara, and we'll be back to do a little bit of blush, bronze, highlight, and lips. Let's do it. I just watched Emily Noel talk about the new Hourglass ambient lighting palette. She got the one with the dragon on it. So pretty. Really actually kind of interested in it, but it made me want to pull out the original ambient lighting palette. I know. I still have the original one and I'm still trying to pan it. Made some progress here. I've made some dents. We're going to use this today for our blush, bronze, and finishing powder. So I'm going to go into the bronzer first. I think the bronzer in here is Ambient Luminous Bronze Light. Just still available individually and one of the best bronzers, I think, on the market. It's just beautiful. A little heavy-handed there, but these are palettes that you kind of can't mess up. And I kind of need the warmth. For blush, I'm going to take Mood Exposure right here on the end. And I'm going to take the ambient lighting powder in here in the shade Diffuse Light, I believe. Dim Light. I always mix them up. Just going to clean that brush off really well. I'll take that under here and around and just kind of diffuse everything out. Perfect kind of finishing step. Brighten up the under eye and the center of the face. It just gives the most flawless look to the skin. And these powders, nothing truly compares to these powders. They're magical. And I'm going to take Diffuse Light and just bring that around the rest of the face here because it is a bit warmer. Bring in a little bit of color. Nice, nice, nice. Now for highlighter, I'm gonna take the Infallible highlighter from L'Oreal. This one is Icy Gold. And just a little bit in the high points. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on the inner corner of my eye. My little brush, where are you at, little brush? Just right in here. A little bit of glow. Lips. I actually did this combo the other day, just kind of experimenting, and loved it. So I want to do it today and show it to you because it's such a good little combo. And I think it'll be pretty with our look. I'm just gonna take my lip balm off. Alright, so first is a little bit of MAC Chestnut. and kind of ombre it in just a little bit. And kind of soften it up. Right? Then this is Milani Color Fetish Hydrating Lip Stain in Mahogany Mommy. Pop some of this on. It's such a pretty combo. I was shocked by it the other day. I was like, ooh, why have I never done this before? Maybe I have and I don't remember. I don't know. I mean, perfect fall lips. And then you can be left with this beautiful like berry stain. Heck yeah. This is perfect. All right, anyway, here is our look all complete for today. A little more dark academia inspiration for you guys. Does that really translate to makeup that much? No. But it does in my heart, okay? So that's all that matters. Anyways, I just want to show you guys some options, more options with the Moonlight Magic palette from Profusion because it is such a good palette. I promise you, if you get this, you're going to have so much fun with it. You really will. The color story is just a 10 out of 10. You've got some Huda dupe-ish action going on in here. There's definitely a little bit of Huda Beauty inspiration as far as formulations in a couple of the shades, or a few of the shades rather, very much pretty grunge-esque. But there's also just an absolute ton of fun shades and neutrals. The versatility here is a 10 out of 10. So I just wanted to show you like a kind of a everyday sort of look that you could do with this palette that gives it some more year-round versatility. Whereas something like this you may just think is a Halloween palette, not something you're going to pull out year-round. I want to show you that this can be a go-to palette because of all these shades. You can definitely make this work for you. And like I said in the last video with this is not a cheap feeling palette. This is good quality kind of construction here for 15 bucks, talc-free, cruelty-free, vegan. It's great. It's a great palette. So yeah, all right. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Let me know your thoughts down below on this look, this palette. And yes, there will be some fun Halloween looks coming with it. And do you want to see some more kind of dark academia leaning looks? Look, that's just my vibe right now. And I'm kind of experimenting with how that can translate to makeup and styling and all the things. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on all that down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.